Let me explain to you why you want to turn every customer into a fountain of referrals. When you're sitting down after having knocked on someone's door, they've overcome that fear, the curiosity has overcome their inhibition. Maybe they're not inhibited and they're just like, yeah, sure, I'd take a look. You found that guy that's like, no, actually, I've been kind of wondering what in the holy hell is going on with this solar thing. So they sit down and take a look. They don't know you, you don't know them. There's really no basis of trust. A lot of what we're doing in the sales presentation is trying to overcome that. The very beginning in the the very first course in the presentation on delivering a compelling presentation is make a friend, make a sale. We're trying to create trust. We're trying to find areas of common interest, maybe people that we know or people that might be in the business that they're in, or neighbors that already have the system, neighbors that have given us 5-star reviews. We're trying to create trust, right? And it's very difficult to do. They know that you're trying to do that. When somebody says to one of their friends or family they've gone solar, they're working with a terrific company. Dude, I have the hookup for you. I'm working with the owner of that company. I'm working with the top person in that company. I'm working with the guy in this area that's installed more solar systems than anybody else. This guy knows his stuff. He's super knowledgeable. He's not pushy. He's going to sit down with you and he's going to show you exactly what's going on. When you're meeting with somebody who's had that kind of referral and that kind of a reference, it's an entirely different kind of meeting. There's an entirely different air about the whole conversation. There's sort of an assumption that they're going to do this. Their friends did it. They've reached out. You've reached out. We've set up this appointment. You've gone through all this work. There's just sort of like at the end of the presentation, a lot of referrals are really going to be like, well, okay, what is the next step? Let me tell you, that's the kind of appointments that you want to be on, right? Those are that you want that to take up like literally 1/3 of your presentations. If you can make that happen, 1/3 of your presentations aren't going to necessarily be a lay down, but there's going to be an assumption that they're doing it versus an assumption that, probably not taking, just taking a look. So I call this literally the training class. And I do this with my customers as the appointment and the presentation and now the sale are occurring. Part of my today only close, that's where I explain the referral process to the customer. Let me tell you the primary reason why you're not getting more referrals. The reason you're not getting more referrals is because people don't want to do the work. They don't want to reach out to their friends and family and say, hey, you know what? We're going solar. I really think you should take a look at this. They have a job, right? And they also don't think, well, I don't want to just sick a salesman on somebody I know. So what are they doing? They're holding back. Why are they holding back? Because they don't really have permission to give their name and number out to people. They don't really know if they're interested in solar and they don't want to do the work. Guys, it's not their job to do the work. Can I get a stack of your business cards? And I'll say to them, I could get you a stack of business cards, but let me tell you how this really works. And I'm going to put on the training class that I do at the end of the presentation. I probably did some sort of today only close where I've asked them, one of the things I want in exchange for this grand slam deal that I'm going to offer you is I want you to provide me a list tonight of 3 to 5 people you know that own a home. A list of 3 to 5 people that you know, and you can say 3 to 5 because once they write down 3, they're going to probably end up writing down 4, 5, 6. That's that whole one push-up thing. Once they get the pen out and they look at each other and they go, let's see, who do we know? And I want everyone on this call to write this question down. You're going to say this question over and over again in lots of different contexts, right? But it's the beginning of every referral conversation. And here's the sentence that you're going to say. Who do you know that owns a home? That's a complete sentence. It's the end of a sentence. It's a question. And if you're saying it correctly and you're having the interaction correctly, you should see the customer do something like this. They should tilt their head back and look up to the left a little bit. Well, what does that mean? It means they're doing a Google search in their own head, right? When you want to say, who is that actor in that movie, Pretty Woman? And like, what was that actor? You'll tilt your head back. You'll look up to the left a little bit And what you're doing is you're conducting a little Google search of your own brain, and you come up with Richard Gere. That's right, that was the actor, right? Or sometimes you'll be searching for that name and you can't get it. And then that Google search will go on and on and on, by the way. And you'll say, you know what, I can't think of it right now. It will come to me. And so what we're wanting to do is initiate a Google search with every single customer. And the Google search that we're going to write into the search bar isn't, will you give me a referral? Or, who do you think might be wanting solar? Or the Google search is very clear and it's very concise. And this will start the thinking that we want the thinking. Who do you know? And this is, you're going to write this down. Who do you know that owns a home? And then be quiet.